Very good. I'm wanting to see you. Yes, you come here for a minute. Yeah, this one, she's... Yeah, her for a moment. I want to see what you have to say.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste, my love.
Namaste, Guruji. Today is the happiest day of my life because I just realized that the person I thought I was doesn't even exist. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Sangha. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now we're all going to want to know how you came to such a conclusion. Is it? Because for the whole world, they say 7.5 billion human beings are contemporaries on the planet at the moment. For someone to come and make such a statement that the person doesn't exist, you know? I mean, you would want to think, well, wait a second. A number of parties will be interested to find out how that comes about. Even the military wants to know how to get rid of the persons without any sort of artillery.
Well,
and not just your person, you've got rid of the whole world, no? Everybody feels, everyone reports from their person. You know, I had this thing is happening, I went to this place, and this one she's been having, and as for you, and we're very much into person, but you have found that the person does not exist. Is that just your person or every other person?
I was, it kind of came, I was,
It's much bigger than you think.
I can't really explain, it's just as I was looking around, suddenly everything, awareness, and there were no more.
Yes.
I think it's identity. There was no more form. I can see the form, obviously. It's not gone, but
no, the form doesn't mean it's a person.
Attachment to it.
A body does not mean it's a person. A body is not a person.
I just couldn't see anyone they didn't visually look any different, but I couldn't. It was just nothing. I can only explain it as that. I can't explain it.
Because it's so rare, you see. I think the whole of humanity should want to know, really? I mean, because my person's a lot of trouble. So is there really a way to get rid of it? Even the one who wants to get rid of it actually is part of the person? I had to ask because one lady, she told me in Satsang, you know, Guruji, I can accept now that I don't exist. But what is difficult, I can't accept that my husband doesn't exist. I said, no, let's back up again. Now, what do you mean by that? If you don't exist, where's your husband? I mean, what? She said, you know, yes, this is the trouble I'm having. You see, I know that.
In my case, actually, one really comforting thought that I'd had was that if I disappear, so will he.
Yes.
And then we stand a chance.
Oh, it was a comforting thought.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is he here?
Well, no, he's not here.
Okay.
But there was a lot of conflict in the personalities.
Yes.
And there could only be anything if it existed through the self.
Yes. You have made a very profound discovery, and it is true. And I want to kind of push it around to see if it stays true. Because this is at the pinnacle of human, what I would call discovery, or the human expression of consciousness. I want to see if we can see, because you say the person does not exist. And it is true. But it has to be recognized as true in each vessel in which consciousness resides. The tenant in this body is consciousness. It is not a person. The consciousness is recognizing that the person is a kind of ghostly concoction, that an idea held about myself. I am the consciousness. It's my energy that is the life force. It's my intelligence that is expressing. But when it got caught in this software called a person, it was expressing like this. But the person doesn't exist. It's like you speak through a speaker, and the speaker, and you say, oh, she's speaking, and say, well, it's not my voice. That voice is not me. The person seems to be also a software that has its own kind of tendency to misinterpret. How does that work? This is why it is not questioned, it is not doubted. All our experiment into self-awareness, for most part, falls flat, because at the end, the person is conducting the inquiry. And it will not do anything that will threaten its existence. It seems like that. So it takes a higher intelligence right there to look and say, wait a second, what is a person then? You see, it is not just rationally. Something came up and pulled the curtains open, and you saw there's nobody. Sometimes it has to happen like that. One of the first time I came to this recognition experience, I was in Mysore, and at a bus station, and sitting down waiting for this bus, I saw a father playing with his little boy and son, and they were playing, and they were in the sunlight and shades watching, and it just became very clear. There's no person in there. There's no father in that body, and there's no son in that body, apart from the concepts that consciousness is adopted for now. And there was just this body moving, going, and it became so clear. Sometimes you will have to see it in a particular scenario that's tailor-made for the consciousness in this body to absorb and see that. And once it is clear there, it starts to percolate through and be clear in everything. Slowly it takes over. Now that may seem scary, because we start to think, hang on a second, but if I don't exist, there's a lot of people that I'm going to have to come to terms with about this. How does it look now, their experience? You see? Because actually you will find that your interactions with them will go on in a very appropriate way. But the background intelligence, it knows how to move in that. It has opened its own combination and released itself. And now it knows how it gets imprisoned in a form through belief, and it knows how to treat each belief system. Each unit of believing, it will know how to move in them. It's a lot of words for something that is going to happen very spontaneously, actually. We don't have to retrain you how to speak. How to speak as an awakened being, school. Who have to interact with beings who are on the way to awakening, class 2, and not yet ready for awakening, class 3. How do you speak? No, you spontaneously. Your children call you mommy, you're not going, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Call me, I am. Okay? You're not going to do that, because somehow the intelligence is not stupid. It's not going to go like that. So you don't need to worry, and you are going to watch and see what happens. It is totally beautiful. Just what will come through is a deeper intelligence, a deeper wisdom now is looking, because its functioning is more panoramic, it's much broader. It is not tied up in the person. You see? We, for instance, we are living in Monte Sahaj. You know, we are sometimes maybe 200 people together. and things are flowing beautifully. The only time they don't flow is when anybody becomes personal and everything begins to drag. The person, it's like moving through sludge. Without the person, everything is flowing beautifully. Flying. Not even just soaring. With the person, it is a very heavy thing. Once you begin to feel the absence, the draining away of personhood within your own self is replaced. Now consciousness is not coming in from outside, it's coming up from inside. It is always there, it is always consciousness. When you awaken to your total truth, where is it coming from? It is from inside. The flower opens from inside. When we feel that, yes, that God is up and coming down, also you can say like this, because God is everywhere. So whatever feeling you have, but more intimately, the Lord arises from within. Because nothing can exist independent of that power and that presence. We don't have to work it all out in the mind, okay? Yeah? Let Him work it out for you. You are He, is you. You are it, it is you. But rare does a human being come to this point of seeing. So is that a burst? And now it's womp, 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 womp. Or is it like...
Still there.
Is there.
Still here.
Are you sure you're here for this? Are you sure you're here for that? Huh? Because we can't say what that is, how it looks. And this is the manual of being. In each form, it will flower. Just like in each form, the being is expressing uniquely. There's nothing wrong with uniquely expressing. The expressions may vary, but the source is one. You're not going to be turned into some android. But you have the taste is emerging in you. Every moment it is giving its signal, its whiff. You're getting acquainted. So you will know whether you are, intuitively you'll know whether you're in the right space or not. And your part is what? To welcome what you are experiencing, to digest your experience, and to see, is this an expansion, or is it some contraction? And if there's a contraction, what is it it's contracting? Is it myself or something else? You see? So don't think how you're going to be. Don't think how you're going to speak. How are you going to relate to others? Don't worry about it. It will be automatic. It will be spontaneous. It will be intuitive. It will be surprising. It will be natural for you. Very good. Okay.